Since it's October and it's Halloween coming around the corner, I want to put my view, what is a scary game? My view, not everyone else, mine. Let's just get on. Why? Because I'm going to talk about Ghoulish Games on this site. Because Ghoulish Games, for me, playing these games are the most scariest game you're ever going to play. Why? Because I love them. Because it's scary, you don't know what's going to happen, and man, talk about epic bosses. Well, we're going to get there soon. First off, Resident Evil 2. People too, because you get to find not one boss but two bosses. Yes, you have Mr. X and the daughter of the scientist. When you remember how, you know who he is. He's the one who keeps mutating throughout the game, better, meaner, tougher. And to the end of the game, yes, we all know the end of the game when you're on the track and you have to fight him inside the train with him, this blob state when you shooting a minigun at him. I mean, just shooting him like crazy. You can't get any more epic than that. And Mr. X, he's like a giant walking tower of trouble. Every time you shoot him, constantly with a magnum or a shotgun, he keep popping up. He keep really popping up at you. I mean, you can take him, you can throw him acid, you can just electrocute his ass. Nothing phases this guy. And that's why this game is so epic, because you have to minimize your ammo, you have to think outside the box, and hell, you got two bosses, price of one. You can't get that in a game like this. Alright, let's just leave Resident Evil 2 for a minute and go to Resident Evil 4. Why I love this game so much. First of all, now we just talked about the zombies. Now, I didn't mention the zombie in the first one because, you know, they just slow pacing, don't stand a chance. You know, you can just walk around them. But in part 4, we all know about the parasites are inside the victim of the village. Like, my favorite part is gotta be the chainsaw guy. Once you think you shoot him like a couple of times, he'll get back right up. And that means more trouble with you because you run out of ammo and you have to run for your lives, ducking, hiding, jumping over stuff just to find more ammo. I mean, they just outthink you every time. You have to outthink them, outthink yourself. So basically, yeah, you're playing an epic game with multiple endings and multiple fun. I mean, God, it's a bloodbath, literally. So for my next game, we're gonna go back, yes, back in time for a little system called the GameCube. Yeah, you know that GameCube, little score, little thing that people didn't play that much. But I played it, and one of these games I did play was Eternal Darkness. Why I love Eternal Darkness? Well, a lot of things, but it had to come down to certain things. Well, the co-creator, I think is Hajima. We all know him, Metal Gear Solid. 2, the game does weird stuff that you've ever seen in your life. This is a head-turning game. It's a bunch of fun, and this is one of my favorite games on the GameCube. Yes, people, I say the GameCube. I'm proud to say that out loud. Let's jump on to the next system with Deadhead Fred. Why I like Deadhead Fred? Well, actually, most of the games are horror, but this is like a horror, funny kind of game. You play as a reporter who's looking for a scoop, and he found it, but his problem is he wake up dead. Yes, and probably the worst case scenario, his head is missing.
My head? What about my head?
Well, perhaps you should take a look for yourself.
What the fuck?
But with the other head that the scientists give him, he can become other heads. You know, he becomes strong, small, stuff. And actually, this part of the game for the PSP, and I was kind of surprised because you don't find that RPO aware that a game like this be on a system on a port like this. I mean, hell, if you put PSP, hell, I'll go back and dust my PSP just to play this game again. I think I did. So our next scary game is a Japanese game called Kulan. Yeah, if I'm saying it wrong, please put a comment down below. What makes this game kind of scary? Well, it has to do with two things. Well, first, the gameplay itself is really eerie. I mean, this is like Not your typical Resident Evil, but it does a slow pace, like if you see a Japanese horror movie, and it's really good. And second off, back in that time, I remember another movie came out, and I was kind of like clueless what it was. It was called Juno in Japan, but in the US we call it The Grudge. Yes, The Grudge, and that. Well, in fact, if you watch the Japanese version, watch that one. It's a lot better than the US one, trust me. But we're not talking about movies, we're talking about scary game. So this game belongs in my category being the scariest game on the list for Halloween. So for my next game, it's The Suffering.
Ernesto, you can really be a jackass. You know that?
But you hear what this one did?
I don't want to know. And you know when
He beat his ex-wife to a bloody pulp. Killed her with his fists.
Look, I said I didn't...
Then he drowned one son in the tub and threw the other out a window.
Inmate, is this true?
Oh, he won't say. Claims he blacked the whole thing out.
Yes, from Midway. This game, I still have it, and it's still good. What makes the story so good? First off, your name is Torque. You don't remember anything about killing your family, okay? Now you sit on death row on an island with a bunch of murderers and psychopaths, okay? Now you have to worry about the place being attacked by demonic evil. Your life just went to hell, people. Yes, but the gameplay is really good. You got a whole bunch of weapons. You got Tommy guns, dynamite, flashlight. Yes, flashlight do work in this game because it keeps the evil away from you. And you have this meter called insane meter. I think it's called insane meter. Every time it builds up, you turn this hulking brute of a monster, and you just turn up the place. But it's good. But what makes the game really good is the more choices. Yes, more choices in this game. You can do it on both sides. You can do it to help the prisoners, or you can do it to save yourself. Yes, save yourself or help the prisoners. That's your choice. Next up, we have Final Frame. Yes, people, be warned. I'm just gonna tell you off. This game will scare the hell out of you. Scare the hell out of you. See that I did it twice because don't play the game at dark. This game is the most scariest game you're ever gonna play in your life. And I'm not mentioning just be cocky. I mean it's gonna scare you. The story is simple. Your brother, who went to a haunted house in Japan, in all places, is disappearing. Now it's up to you to find him. Now how are you gonna find him? In some games you might have some high-tech weapon. In this one you have an old-fashioned camera. Yes, now you officially a Ghostbuster. And plus, if you have a surround system in your house, or your home, or your apartment, whatever, if you crank it up to a point, you can hear the voices up top of the voices. That's really cool. What's so cool about this is, I have my own copy of this. I still have my seal. I still paid $40. I ain't been online. I just went to a certain game store, paid it, and I think great. For my final scary game, I have to say this game took me by surprise. Took me by surprise in a big way. Dead Space. This game is awesome.
I wish I could talk to you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about everything. I wish I could just talk to someone. It's all falling apart here. I can't believe what's happening.
Yes, awesome from the start to middle to finish. Why? I'll show you why. Because you have these necromorphs. They just come out of the warfare when they're, and I mean, they're not your typical zombies. They're not even zombies at all. I mean, they something a whole new brand of problems. You shoot in the leg, they don't go down. You shoot in the arm, they don't go down. You shoot in the stomach, parasite comes out. Good storyline, good weapons, epic boss fight for God's sake. This game top down everything, and now they're making part 2, and I'm hoping, I know I've seen it many times on YouTube, but I don't want to see it anymore till the game comes out and I'm holding it in my hand. Yes, holding it in my hand, playing in the dark, sweating bullets, wondering, wow, this game is awesome. So awesome. So, if you like these games, put a comment, please. I know I have 5 subscribers. Put a comment down below and just tell me what you think about it. So, next time, I'm out of here. Mr. Throw a thumbs out. Keep on gaming.